Good morning. Pete here from A Bit Twisted. So I'm going to show you basic setup for tension on a double drive wheel. So this is a typical Saxony style wheel. Now got the big wheel here. Got my flyer and mother of all here. My adjuster knob up here. Double wrap drive band. Got my double whorl here, my bobbin with a groove for driving the bobbin, and all my hooks. All my hooks are on the same side but opposite arms, offset from each other. That's how this wheel's set up. Some wheels are set up where these might be on the bottom. I don't like it that way. I prefer them like this. Anyway, let's get on with adjusting. So right now I have everything really loose with the drive band. Almost loose enough to where the drive band will just flop off if I spin the wheel. But I have it set just enough to where it won't. And so if I treadle the machine, it's basically got enough slack. It'll treadle, but it's not doing anything at all. It's just treadling. So what I want to do is I want to tension this. Since I have everything lined up fine, everything spins really well on its own. So I'm going to lightly tension it. Just going to pull everything forward. So right now the bobbin's moving, but the flyer's not because it's a little bit heavier, so it takes a little bit more weight and more tension to now do that. But if I put my hand on there, I can stop it. So you can feel a little bit of pressure, but not a great deal. You don't need wax on your drive band. With enough tension, it'll be just fine. If I put my finger on the bobbin, I can still treadle it. You can feel tension. You can feel the drag, and that's what you want, but not too much. And so now it'll spin. And at that point is where you want to stop and you want to start the process of spinning. Because once you set your fiber up, so we're going to use a little bit of fiber here. This is some of my Romney that I just got done doing. You don't know what kind of tension you're going to need. So string it up, get a little bit of fiber on here, and then start treadling. So it's taking it up just fine. You can see that I'm treadling rather slow. Don't want to go too fast because I don't want to over twist. Feels like there's a bit of pressure. So what I want to do, a little bit more than I want. So what I want to do now is I want to back off some of the tension just a bit, just a little bit at this point. And again, I can take this and draft it and then let it feed on. And I'll just feed it, let it take it there, just like that, and it takes it up onto the bobbin, and that's what you're looking for. You don't want your yarn too thick that it won't go through the orifice easily, and you don't want it too thick to where it'll start catching on the hooks as it's going on. So most Saxony type wheels do not do extra bulky. I can do fairly thick, but I can't do super bulky. And drafting is a thing. You need to learn to do that. And so basically, that's what you get, what you need for setting your tension. And then I'll stop my wheel, and then I'll test my yarn. So a little under twisted here. A little thick, that's a thick spot. Thick and thin don't ply together really well. So now I can test again, which is pretty much the same diameter here. And it's kind of a nice fluffy yarn. So that's basically your tension. You just start with where nothing is spinning at all, just way down here. Just like that. Nothing happening, nothing happening. And there we go. It's just enough to take on what you're doing. If you're over twisting, that means it's not taking it up and you're still spinning your wheel. If it's not taking it up and you're getting some twist, so I'm going to over twist this right now. I'm just going to twist this and twist this and twist this. And it's just going to be way over twisted. And it's going to get up into here. And now I got all this twist and pigtails and all that stuff all right in here. So don't let it get that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back twist a little bit, and I'm going to feed some out and let this twist come up into the fiber as I pull the fiber back. And that extra twist will now go up the line as I'm drawing back. See, because I let it get really twisted. And then I'll just turn it and let it feed in and wind it on. And now we're good. So, if you're having an issue with drafting and letting it on, let it run a couple times, then back twist with your fingers just a little bit here, and then draft out and pull back a little bit to straighten it out. And then you can use your hand if you want, and then just twist a little bit more. So you're parking it, and then draft out. Let's say let it treadle 3 times, draft out. Let it take it up. stop it, draft it out. So it's kind of like your drop spindle. You park and draft. So you spin it, you park it, and then you draft your fiber out. I know, kind of hard to see here exactly what I'm doing here, but spin it, park it, draft it out, let it wrap it on, spin it, park it, take it up, park it, draft it out, spin it a little bit, let it take it up, spin it a little bit more, park it, draft it out, spin it a little bit more, let it wrap it up, spin a little more, park it, and then draft it out. And eventually you'll get to the point where you can do that all at the same time. Treadle slow, twist, draft, twist, draft, always letting it take up the stuff that you just twisted up. That's it. So one other quick thing for tension wise. So if you have to have lots and lots of tension, this bushing needs to be perpendicular to your flyer. If it's cocked over a little bit, it's going to cause a lot of drag on its own. So you want it perpendicular. You also want it oiled. Same with the one in the back. Same deal. And that's basically setting your tension for your wheel. So one more time, real quick. Loose enough to where nothing happens. Tension it to where everything just starts, and you should be able to feel it. Take it up. But if you start having over twist, stop. Don't keep treadling, because the more you treadle and you're not letting it take it up, or it's not taking it up, then you have to stop. Otherwise, you just keep compounding the problem each time it rotates around. So that's where we're at with tension. Not much different for the Scotch tension, except you have a separate tensioner for your bobbin. This one tensions both the bobbin and the flyer at the same time. So there you go. And hope you get things going and get some good yarn going. Make sure you don't make your yarn too thick when you're starting out. If it's too thick, it'll get away from you real quick. And hold your fiber like you're holding a butterfly and not damaging the wings. But you still have to have control Not like you just letting it rest in your hand. You still have to kind of give it a little control, but just enough to control it and not hurt it. And if it gets a little bit much, you can back twist. You just rotate back around and let it undo the fibers, and the fibers will pull straight out. And then let go again, and it'll twist right up. I think that's done for the lesson. Talk to y'all later.